Picture this. You step outside at midnight, expecting a peaceful, dark sky. But instead, bam! The moon isn't just glowing, it's blazing like a second silvery sun. The familiar night has vanished, replaced by an eerie, brilliant twilight. What would happen to our nights, our world, and to you, if the moon suddenly became 10 times brighter? Today, we're diving headfirst into this bizarre scenario. What if the moon suddenly reflected sunlight 10 times more powerfully than ever before? It sounds like a simple change, but the consequences would ripple across every aspect of our lives. From our sleep patterns to the entire animal kingdom, everything we know about the night would be turned upside down. Stay with us till the end for the most surprising consequences, and one wild sci-fi twist you won't see coming. First things first, let's talk about the human experience. Say goodbye to pitch-black nights forever. That deep, comforting darkness we rely on to rest? Gone. Replaced by a constant, bright glow that seeps through even the thickest blackout curtains. Our bodies are hardwired to associate darkness with sleep. This connection is managed by melatonin, the sleep hormone, which our brains produce when our eyes detect darkness. With a moon shining 10 times brighter, our melatonin production would plummet. Imagine millions, even billions of people, tossing and turning every single night. Insomnia rates would skyrocket. We'd see a global epidemic of sleep deprivation, leading to increased stress, irritability, and a drop in productivity. It's a proven fact. Even a normal full moon can decrease our deep sleep by 30%. Now, multiply that effect by 10. Our natural sleep cycles would be completely shattered. Kids would be wide awake at midnight, full of energy, and adults would be walking around like zombies. It would be a worldwide health crisis, all because our lunar neighbor got a little too bright. Now let's zoom out from our bedrooms and look at the natural world. For countless species, the night is their entire world. A 10 times brighter moon would spell chaos for the animal kingdom. Nocturnal predators like wolves, owls, and bats rely on the cover of darkness to hunt. Suddenly, their invisibility cloak is gone. They'd be easily spotted by their prey, making it incredibly difficult to find food. On the flip side, their prey, like mice and rabbits, would also be exposed with nowhere to hide from the constant light. The disruption wouldn't stop there. Think about sea turtle hatchlings. They emerge from their nests on the beach and instinctively crawl toward the brightest horizon, which is normally the moonlit ocean. But in a world where the moon illuminates everything, they could easily become disoriented, crawling inland instead of toward the sea. Many species, from birds to insects, navigate using the moon and its phases. A permanently super bright moon would be like a broken compass, throwing migrations, breeding cycles, and entire food chains into disarray. The delicate balance of nature, fine-tuned over millions of years, would be thrown off by this endless artificial daylight. Okay, let's move from the natural world to our human-built one. What would this super bright moonlight mean for our cities and our technology? Well, for one thing, we might not need as many streetlights. The moon itself would illuminate our streets, alleys, and parks. This could have an unexpected side effect, a potential drop in crime rates, as dark corners and shadowy spots would virtually disappear. Our cities would be bathed in a constant, silvery glow. But there's a major downside, especially for anyone who loves looking up. Goodbye, stargazing. The sheer brightness of the moon would wash out the night sky, making it impossible to see most stars, constellations, and distant galaxies with the naked eye. Even powerful telescopes at observatories would struggle, as the background light pollution from the moon would overwhelm the faint light from faraway celestial objects. Our connection to the cosmos would be severely diminished. However, there's a surprising technological twist. What about solar panels? They're designed to capture sunlight, but moonlight is just reflected sunlight. With a moon 10 times brighter, our solar panels would actually start generating a small but noticeable amount of electricity at night. It wouldn't be nearly as much as during the day, but it could be enough to power small devices or contribute to the grid, creating a kind of lunar power boost. Let's think even bigger. What are the global effects? A brighter moon means more sunlight is being reflected back at Earth during the nighttime. This would cause a slight but measurable increase in nighttime temperatures around the globe. It might not feel like much at first, but over time, this could have significant impacts on weather patterns and climate. In some warmer regions, this combination of extra light and slightly warmer nights might lead to faster plant growth, extending growing seasons. But in fragile ecosystems, the consequences could be devastating. Consider the polar regions. Animals like polar bears rely on the long, dark polar winter for hunting and survival. A 10 times brighter moon would turn months of darkness into a prolonged, bright, and cold twilight. This could disrupt their hunting patterns and put already vulnerable populations under even more stress. The delicate balance of polar ecosystems, already threatened by climate change, could collapse entirely. So, we've covered sleep, nature, technology, and climate. But what about the long-term speculative future? Could humanity adapt to a world without true night? This is where it gets really interesting. Imagine a future where we embrace the bright nights. We could see the rise of moon farms, where crops that thrive in lower light conditions are grown around the clock. We might develop highly efficient batteries designed specifically to store this new lunar energy. Our culture would change too. New nighttime sports, festivals, and arts could emerge, all centered around the brilliantly lit landscape. Perhaps new religions or mythologies would form, worshipping this powerful new celestial body. And here's the wildest twist. From an astronomical perspective, a brighter Earth could be a game changer. Our planet, reflecting more light back into space, would be much more easily detectable by any potential alien civilizations scanning the galaxy for habitable worlds. Our super bright moon could inadvertently become a giant "We are here" sign for the rest of the universe. So what do you think? If our nights suddenly became as dazzlingly bright as a moonlit twilight, would our society ultimately thrive or struggle? Would we adapt and innovate, creating a new 24-hour culture? Or would the loss of darkness push our ecosystems and our own bodies to the breaking point? Share your wildest ideas in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. If you enjoyed this mind-bending scenario, please hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to join the Brainspark crew for our next What If adventure. Thanks for watching.